Hi, this is Johns Hopkins with Baltimore Heritage, and we're in our third time of 5-minute histories during this time of corona epidemic craziness. And I'm here in my living room. Welcome again. Hopefully you've come back again to our third session, and I'm here with my production assistant. This time it's my daughter, 14-year-old Leah. Thank you, Leah, for all your help. Today, I thought we would explore Station North and a few buildings that were at the hub of art and innovation, and do it as a tribute to a group called OpenWorks Studios. Will Holman and his crew at OpenWorks have joined the front ranks of the coronavirus response. OpenWorks is a makerspace where you can make things from pretty much anything, wood or metal or glass or plastic. And over the last couple of days, OpenWorks folks have solicited help from people with 3D printers all over the region. And together they're making plastic face masks for the healthcare folks who are on the front lines and are desperately short of equipment. So Will and OpenWorks, thank you very much for your efforts. And in a Baltimore Heritage way, would like to say thanks by highlighting a little bit of the history of your building and some buildings nearby that also have been at the hub of art and innovation. The building that OpenWorks is in was built in the 1920s by an organization called the Railway Express Agency. And you can sort of think of Amazon, but maybe 100 years ago. This group was pioneering ways to distribute packages all across the country using the strong and growing railway network in the United States. And this was their Baltimore hub for distribution. Over the years, the building was home to an ice cream manufacturer, a Venetian blind manufacturer, and a food hub, a food distribution hub. It sat vacant for a number of years, beginning in 2003, and then a couple years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, OpenWorks renovated it and created this wonderful makerspace that's ongoing now. Just around the corner is another wonderful building that was at the hub of innovation in the early 1900s, and that's the Crown Cork and Seal building. Crown Cork and Seal was founded by a gentleman named William Painter, who is in the Innovator, I think it's called the National Innovators Hall of Fame. He has over 80 patents to his name, including the patent for the bottle cap. The bottle cap was invented in Baltimore. And before the bottle cap, beverages, and it was probably mostly beer, were sealed with corks. And that wasn't so good. The corks didn't last that long, and the beer went stale pretty quickly. So beer was only able to be distributed within a pretty local network of the brewery where it was brewed. So I think thanks to William Painter and his crimping cap, which allowed beer to last a lot longer, more Americans were able to drink more beer for a longer period of time, which I guess, maybe was a good thing. Painter, if you want to know where he lived, just go around the corner to today's Ivy Hotel. That was his house. The Ivy Hotel, obviously one of the most fantastic both exterior and interior spaces in the city. So Mr. Painter did a good thing for beer makers, but also did quite well by himself. Another building that I want to highlight is the machine shop for Crown Cork and Seal, which is in what's today the Baltimore Design School. The machine shop, just think of literally hundreds of mechanics at work, keeping all of the moving parts of the bottle cap makers next door operating night and day. I think at one point, more than half of the world's bottle cap supply was being manufactured out of Baltimore through predominantly Crown Cork and Seal. So literally a hive of industry over there. Finally, I want to highlight a building that I bet we've all driven past, and some of us may know, but some of us, this may be a little bit of a surprise, and that's the Railway Express building. And that building is just across St. Paul Street from Penn Station. And the Railway Express building is built entirely on air rights. It is built on sticks. It's the only building in Baltimore that does not touch the ground. And the reason for this innovation is that packages would come by train to Penn Station and then get shuttled over underneath the Railway Express building, where they would be hauled up by elevator into an enormous sorting floor where workers would sort them out by kind of early zip codes to where they would go in the where they'd ultimately get to go in the greater Baltimore area. In kind of I don't know, a utopian or I guess dystopian fashion, on the ceiling of the building, and if you go inside, it's now apartments, and you can see remnants of this, but up along throughout the ceilings of the buildings were these giant tubes, sort of like those hamster trail tubes that we all had when we were a kid, but they were big enough for people. And they would have little slits in them along the ways, and the managers of the Railway Express Company would kind of crawl along through those tubes, peering out through the slits to check that their workers weren't stealing packages on the sorting floor. A kind of eerie remnant of Big Brother watching all of us at work. So again, want to say thanks to OpenWorks for their role in helping address this pandemic here locally in Baltimore. And want to say thanks to all of you again for checking in and learning a little bit, staying engaged as we are honoring Governor Hogan's strong request to stay at home. Hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.